Why I wrote White Lives Matter on a shirt is because they do. It's the obvious thing.
Yeah.
Yo.
It's your boy Luce, I got my boy
Deezy.
We are the Ill-Advised Wise Guys.
Check out the full podcast, link below.
The next topic is legacy. So we want to talk about Kanye because everybody has had a take on, especially this week. I've seen Kanye talk to why is he talking to Chris Cuomo? Like, why did that even happen? But Kanye's talked to CNN, Drink Champs,
Tucker Carlson.
Why I wrote White Lives Matter on a shirt is because they do. It's the obvious thing.
Yeah. Why is he talking to Tucker? Anybody that would take him.
Yep.
Like, let's find a way to have a productive convo about
Let's do it.
Kanye.
Let's do it.
So I said, yo, legacy. How many people in the past has messed up their legacy by something they've done? It can be maybe dropped an album when they're pretty much done, like no longer great. It can be something they said, be something they illegally did.
Okay.
You know, who has messed up their legacy? And obviously Kanye is one of the first people.
You know, you guys may or may not agree with this name. Kid Cudi sabotaged his career.
Ooh.
I'm not saying
Sabotage?
Sometimes you can unintentionally sabotage, though. You want to talk about inspirations. You want to talk about someone who shaped the sound of a generation. I believe, and I think most people at this point believe Kid Cudi is at that forefront. I mean, you want to talk about a Kid Named Cudi mixtape, which I know you love. I love that. Huge marker in like this whole melodic, vulnerable wave of music. Then you go to Man on the Moon, right? There was a point in Kid Cudi's career where I believe he just got really depressed.
People look up to me, but I'm not a happy person. I felt like a fraud.
He no longer loved the craft. And the only reason I know that is because I watched his documentary, which great story if you guys want to check that out, man. He was supposed to be bigger. And that's crazy to even say that because people put respect on his name as you should. But there's something about Kid Cudi that is unsettling for me. And I don't know if he did it to himself. He and Ye's, relationship has been strained for a while, And so musically, he went in a different direction, like after his first 2 or 3 projects. And like I said, man, I think the drugs and the depression kind of got to him.
Anytime people talk about Kid Cudi, they just talk about how much they love him. He's just such a lovable person. People like the idea of Kid Cudi more than they like his music, but that's okay. I wouldn't put Kid Cudi on there because I think he's overachieved.
Really?
In a sense. Kid Cudi right now, he's dropping solid albums, but I never thought he was a great album maker. I think people just love Kid Cudi. I'm going to bring up a name, a hot take.
Uh-oh.
Eminem. I felt like if Eminem decided to retire after Recovery, whatever that stupid album was.
Sheesh. I think it was Recovery. People hated Recovery.
Yeah,
you see what happens when people trying to recover?
Yeah.
You clown them. There's people going through things and he's telling y'all, I'm trying to recover. And they're like, yo, get out of here with that shit.
Eminem decided to retire after that. I think Relapse and Recovery is like 2009, 2010. Because Jay-Z's doing that. Jay-Z's not really dropping albums like that. He's getting on people's featuring on songs and stuff. But Eminem is still dropping albums. And I just feel like the more he drops albums, the more I'm like, yo, is he that good? Kind of a shell of himself.
There's a such thing as hurting your legacy.
He should have. I personally
sometimes you can be around for too long.
He was around too much.
Yeah, I think Nicki is sabotaging her reputation. Not necessarily her music. Like, I think when she drops decent albums, it's her. Like, you know what I mean? It's her.
Nicki's a good one. Also.
Yeah, it is. Nicki
always knows how to create that one hit to make you like her. Like this Super Freaky joint, that's Nicki's biggest hit in like a while. To me, she always can do that. She just knows how to do that one hit. You'd be like, okay, I like Nicki again. But like she's been attacking Lotto, everybody. She attacked
Cardi, Megan, like everybody at this point. Yeah. Using an analogy, she to me is like the equivalent of a bank robber, somebody sticking up a bank. She's sticking people out. She's just like, she won't let people leave peacefully until she gets her demand.
We've talked about things that you said that help sabotage you, you not passing the torch.
Yep.
You may be retiring early. I think another one is who you decide to click up with. I think Nicki Minaj many times almost destroyed her legacy by like clicking up. She click up with Tekashi. I wouldn't have did that.
Yo,
And so
Nicki should have took the Drake route and just embraced every young person coming up that reveres her and just put your arm around them. Just give them a verse. Like, just give them a verse. It don't even got to be the best verse you ever threw out. They want to praise you.
But you know why Nicki is untouchable? Because Nicki, I think, is pop. Like, she's a pop artist to me.
Of course.
Borderline hip hop, but like Nicki's goal is to get trending. She don't care how she does it. She's like, yo, I want to be talked about. From a music standpoint, when she wants to drop her solo stuff, a lot of it's pop.
Of course.
So I feel like pop artists can do whatever they want. Justin Bieber right now can click up with Justin Bieber can make a song with Tekashi and nobody would care.
Yeah.
Like pop artists are untouchable.
That's just because their brands are in two separate lanes. So it really doesn't matter.
So
you
hip
know what I
hop
mean?
just hits all the beatings, right? Legacies get tarnished. Record sales are made public.
You know, I talk about that all the time. Like, I wouldn't call this sabotaging, but somebody who has defied the odds of time.
That's what I was gonna say.
Nas.
The opposite.
Nas. He was legendary even before this whole King's disease run, everything he's doing with Hit Boy. He was legendary. You know, there's a phrase where they say you can be the hero. Like, if you're the hero long enough, you'll eventually become the villain. Right? So like when you're when you're on top too long and you last too long, you'll eventually be looked at and you'll start to be criticized. I think there was a point where Nas started to get criticized. Everyone started magically talking about Nas picks horrible beats. Remember that?
Yeah, for sure.
And you know what he did? He got with one of the best beat makers.
Yeah.
And everybody mysteriously went in their corners and they stopped talking.
Nas has been able to win over multiple generations, and I didn't see that coming. A couple other people, I mean, Gilly the Kid. For the people that don't know where Gilly came from, who is Gilly? Gilly was accused. The only reason I knew his name was because he was accused of writing Lil Wayne's raps.
Did you ghostwrite for Lil Wayne? Everybody already know what that is about. How many records? How long? Man, whole Carter one, basically.
Lil Wayne and all the people were like, man, shut up, man. What you talking about? I didn't write no rhymes. For him to pretty much carve out this career, I know it's not quite music, but he is now a legendary figure from a podcast standpoint from what he's been able to do. Same thing, Joe Budden. I love Joe Budden.
Speaking of sabotaging,
he goes back and forth.
Why didn't we bring him up? He should have been number one.
He goes back and forth.
I'm talking about this musically.
Joe Budden was looked at as, oh man, Joe Budden's a bust. He's a one-hit wonder. Blah, blah, blah. What he was able to do with the podcasting world was great.
Legend. Joe Budden will be remembered more.
What school are you going to?
Sir, I don't go to school anymore. Or you know what? Maybe I'll enroll in the Donda Academy.
You sure?
Good morning, Donda. Good morning, Donda.
We didn't even get into Kanye, and I think that's a good thing. To be honest with you, I'm just waiting for everything to smooth over to actually know how to feel.
I'm going to end it like this, like from a Kanye standpoint. Somebody put it in the best term ever. Being a Kanye West fan is like being in an abusive relationship. They were like, you love him. Where he started, how he got his start. If you watch that documentary, there was moments I was like about to tear up.
Powerful.
And you need an angel to watch over you.
I am Shakespeare. I love Kanye West, but he does so much bad stuff and it hurts more because you love the person.
Not only do you love them, abuse it can go either way. It can be emotional abuse or physical abuse. Obviously, Kanye's not physically hitting anybody. So this is emotional abuse. The reason why it hurts so much for most people is you see the potential.
And that's why I actually don't choose to talk about him like that, because I feel like he's really in pain, like mental health. I lost my mom. So I know how important that is when you lose a huge figure like that in your life.
Yep.
And I don't think he ever got to like pure happiness since then. Like, it hurts to see him like this. Honestly, I just hope people stop putting a microphone in his face.
You trying to silence him?
Yeah, he has to be silent.
Hey, look,
I don't like to say that.
I'm gonna be real with you,
but like, let him figure things out for a little bit.
Listen, can we all agree on this? J. Cole's False Prophet.
When he tell us he a genius, but it's clearer lately. It's been hard for him to look into the mirror lately. Nobody with the balls to say something to contest him.
Has aged like the best wine ever created on the planet Earth.
Listen to the full episode. Link below.